Hi everyone, my name is Bhavuk Pujara and I'll be taking a short discussion session on how to prepare for CAT. We understand CAT is around the corner, or probably you're just starting to prepare for this exam now and you don't know where to start, how to start. This class, this short session is going to help you understand how you can kick off your preparation strategy for CAT, preparation for CAT, what you should start from and how much you should do initially, how much you should ramp up in the coming period and things like that. So we'll have this short discussion to help you just kick off the preparation, what you should do in the next N months. And I've like distributed this whole preparation in 4 phases. First is, just kicking off, just understanding the basics. Then again, next 2 months, and finally, taking tests and mocks and understanding how you're time boxing your performance, because time management is another key of your whole, exam, CAT and other related exams. So it's a short discussion by me on preparation strategy for CAT. A little bit about my background, where I come from. I scored a 98.3 in my CAT on 15, graduated from MDI Gurgaon in 2018. So I'll be taking a lot of sessions with you in the coming weeks and months on Mindworks platform. You can know more about me by pausing the video. Next, N-month strategy. Assumptions are aspirants are spending 11 to 12 hours each day at work or college. I'm not assuming that you have all the time in the day, to prepare for this CAT exam. I'll be telling you, if you're working, if you are in college last year, right, and you are spending 11 to 12 hours a day at work or at college, including the travel time and everything. So this factor is considered. Then you can take out 2 hours a day on average over weekdays and 3 hours a day on average over weekends, right? Another assumption is that you're serious about cracking this exam CAT and aspiring in excess of 98+ percentile. An aspirant has watched some reliable, reputed CAT full-length test series, including Mindworks test series if you have, right? These have to be like full-length mock test series. The whole preparation of CAT exam, I would say, is distributed into these 4 phases. First is 200 hours of skill building, right? You have to build a strong foundation, a strong base to build your, other, I would say, accessories on, another, building of, I would say, advanced level concepts, advanced level understanding foundation, right? So you have to have a strong base. So that will start with skill building. Do not worry about what people are doing around. Your peers, your friends have already started taking tests and they've already completed half of the course. Do not think anything like that. I would say there's a lot of time to prepare for this exam, and respect the fact that everybody starts from the base. Some people have that basic aptitude built already because they must have prepared for a similar exam before, right? If not, they have been, studying related books, related, syllabus for a long time. So respect the fact that you haven't been doing that. If you have been doing that, respect it, that, okay, this is where your current situation is. This is where you currently stand. And this is where you have to be. So define point A and point B. Build around that. 200 hours of skill building has to be spent. 150 hours of concept revision. So you have built a strong base, right? But you haven't been practicing, or you haven't been revising those, different concepts that you have learned, right? It's going to be a big problem. So you have to spend an ample time in revising what you have already learned, right? Progressive learning, absolutely. But at the same time, revise what you have already doing. Keep that learning along with you in the whole journey, right? Then 150 hours of practice and analysis, right? Just reading the concept, understanding the concept, and then revising it is not gonna help you crack this exam. You have to be practicing and solving a lot of different possibilities, a lot of different applications of a particular concept. So around 150 hours of practice and analyzing, where you are, and what is lacking. Probably some skill is lacking, or some revision is lacking. You remember the skill, but you don't remember which aspect of that particular concept has to be utilized in this question, things like that. So revision and skill building, going back there, is going to be explored in practice and analysis. Finally, taking 8 to 10 full-length mock tests. This is very important. Time boxing your performance is what we call it. You've learned the skill, you've revised it, you've practiced enough, but you haven't been taking tests, right? So if I give you 5 or 6 hours to solve 100 questions, probably you're good enough to solve that paper in 5 to 6 hours. But CAT is going to time box your performance. CAT is going to be like, hey, you don't have 5 6 hours. You have to compact. You have to understand which questions to select, which questions to reject, and the whole time management. How many minutes have to be spent, what kind of time has to be spent on a particular question, on a particular set of DILR, or a particular RC is something that you can only test and work on while taking full-length mock tests. So a lot of things you learn while preparing for these tests and taking these tests. So these three first: skill building, revision, practice, applications, and analyze what is happening. Move back if need be. Move back to revision. Move back to the basics of the skill if need be. And finally, taking these full-length mock tests. And also analyzing these mock tests is very important. Going back to where the gap is. Strengthening your strength further and then working on the weaknesses is what we learn in this test series. Phase 1, 100% skill building. Start with number systems. Move to averages, arithmetic, modern maths, and PNC in terms of QA. Right? Source should be your reference books. The output is going to be that 60% of the QA section will be done if you're done with these chapters. Then VARC English, start reading newspapers daily, articles, journals, note the tone, the grammar. If you have time, write down the summary of an article that you're reading in the newspaper, sentence construction, idiom phrases, all these are going to be built. The skill is going to be built subconsciously. Source is going to be Economic Times and The Guardian to start with. Then solve 3 to 4 basic, easy to moderate level RCs daily. Basic as in LOD 0, like 0 level RCs. Right? Start with them for like next 10-15 days. Move to easy level questions, easy level RCs. Then moderate level RCs for next 2 months at least. Right? Source will be reference books. Again, this is like the whole idea is to build a strong foundation, starting from basic, then easy, then moderate, then finally CAT level. Output is going to be enhancing your reading skills will be enhanced, general awareness will be improved. So you're preparing for GK and also the interview. You'll start building your own opinions. You'll understand what the author's tone, if the author is being funny or the author is being sarcastic or witty, all these tones you'll start capturing. Basic grammar and sentence construction, you'll build that skill. DI and LR, there's no separate preparation required for DI and LR. I would only suggest that you solve 3 to 4 sets on daily basis for next n number of months that are left with you in hand. Start with basic level RCs and DI and LR questions, move to easy and then moderate level. And this has to be done on daily basis. Of course, there are going to be breaks. There are going to be times, days in the week that you cannot solve questions because you're busy with something else. That is okay, taking breaks. But make it a habit to solve DI, LR, and RC questions on daily basis. And remember, improving in DI is a factor of quant, so practice is the key. Phase 2, we're going to be focusing 50% on skill building, then revision, that what you've done in phase 1, and then practicing what you've done in phase 1 again. VARC, things are not going to change here. Reading newspapers. The sources are not going to be more diversified. You can move to EPW, The Economist, and Business Standard. Initially, we were focusing only on ET and The Guardian. Now you can move to other sources as well. And you'll keep practicing VA and RC. I mean, RC is daily, moderate to difficult level RCs now. It's like next, another 2 months after the first 2 months spent in phase 1. Sources will be reference books plus previous year's mocks plus past year papers. Output, you're getting better at reading skills. General awareness is still getting built, forming opinions, or author's tone, advanced level grammar, complex sentence correction. In QA, I would suggest once you're done with number systems and arithmetic and modern maths, now move to algebra and then finally to geometry. At the same time, you're revising and practicing difficult level questions on number systems, arithmetic, and modern maths. Okay. Sources will be reference books, previous year's mocks, and past year's papers. 80% of your quant course will be done once you're done with this. Right? Once you're done with number systems, arithmetic, algebra, geometry, and considering that you haven't practiced enough in this algebra and geometry chapters, your 80% quants course is done. Your strong basis built, your basics are done. Now you can move to advanced level questions. This should be the phase, I would say, in August and September. When November is the CAT exam, or by August, September, you should be here. DILR, solve 3 to 4 moderate to difficult level sets on daily basis. Again, as I said, the only key to cracking DILR in CAT is practicing daily. Registering what is happening in the questions in your subconscious mind, right? Because no matter how much exposure you have in DILR, you will still experience a unique question in CAT exam. The only key is that you understand the gist of the question, your basics are clear, and you've practiced enough that you know how to break a question. Sources will be reference books, previous year mocks, and past year papers. Phase 3, 25% revision. Now your skill building should be done with. This should be, I would say, again, September, right? When November is exam, by September, you should be done with your skill building. All your course should be done. At least the basics should be done. Now you're revising and you're practicing, and also you're taking sectional mocks. VARC, nothing changes. You're still reading newspapers. You're still practicing RCs on daily basis now. Very much CAT and ZAT level RCs you're practicing. Sources will be past year mocks and past year papers and mocks. QA, now you're practicing 70 to 80 questions daily. This is September I'm talking about. Take sectional tests and then start taking full length mocks. Source will be reference books that you have by Arun Sharma sir and Meenakshi ma'am for VARC, and QA DILR by Arun Sharma sir, and then past year papers and current year mocks. 100% quants will be done by September end. You'll be now learning time management because you're time boxing your performance. Ki bhai, sectional test hota hai 60 minutes ka. 60 minutes mein how many questions are you able to solve? Right? So you have to work on that aspect now. Your basics are clear, your revision is done, practice is done. Now is the time to time box your performance. Analyzing so you can improve still. September end, you still have time to improve, but do not worry. And analyze what you're doing in your sectional tests, and go back and start also revising and start practicing again, wherever the gap is. DI-LR, nothing changes. You're still solving 3 to 4 moderate to difficult level DI and LR sets on daily basis. At the same time, you're taking sectional and full length mocks. Past year papers and current year mocks is what you're going to be referring. Time management is what the output is going to be. You'll be learning how to manage your time in the paper. Phase 4, this is October and November. At this time, no skill building is required now. Whatever you have learned, practice it, revise it. Practice it, revise. This is what you have to do. And of course, mocks and analysis, full length mocks and also sectional mocks if you have time. Right? VARC, nothing changes. Read newspaper. Now you don't have to practice RCs on daily basis because you're taking full length mocks, you're taking sectional mocks, and you're analyzing RCs and questions there. Right? So go back and analyze your paper of VARC, what you have attempted. Right? Take RCs from there and analyze them and practice them again. QA, again, nothing changes. Practicing 70 to 80 questions daily and sectional and full length mocks. DILR, sectional and full length mocks. You don't have to practice DILR sets anymore. This is October and November I'm talking about. Your sources will be past year papers of CAT and ZAT and IEFT and current year mocks. Output will be you're perfect. You're very good in time management now, and you can analyze what is happening, what are your weaknesses, what are your strengths, and actually go back and actually, if you have time, can work on it. This is what the output is going to be of your efforts in October and November. Only revision and mocks and analysis. You cannot build a new skill. You cannot pick up a new, very different concept and try to learn it in the month of November, especially. Right? You should only focus on your strengths and keep strengthening your strengths. Agar aapke paas weaknesses hain, you still have some weaknesses, I would say pick them up if you think there's a scope to improve there. If you think that there are like 2-3 topics you couldn't do, I would say leave them in the month of November. Just focus on what you already have in hand. Of course, what you have in hand should be around 80 to 90% of the course. 10, 15%, 20% you can still afford to leave because you just don't have time to focus on that anymore. All right, so this is the preparation strategy I want to discuss with you. This is something really worked for me when I was preparing for my CAT exam in 2015, and I actually, discussed this with all my students even in the live session, that this is what you should be doing, practicing DILR, RC questions on a daily basis, and also QA. Start with number systems, move to arithmetic, algebra, and then finally geometry. This is something worked for me. I hope this works for you too. And reading newspaper is also very important because you're building a good reading habit, and also general awareness is getting built around that. So GK is taken care of. An interview, when they'll ask you about different issues in the world, at the national level, international level, you'll be aware of them because you've had a habit of reading newspaper for next 6, 8 months, 10 months until the interview. Right. So this is how you should do. I hope you enjoyed the session. I hope you follow the strategy. If you have any questions, any doubts, please get back to us on Mindworks. Thank you for watching this video. We'll connect again very soon.